Hi, I'm Peggy with intuitive astrology called Star Signs for October 2014. So if you're a Libra, born September 23rd to October 22nd, what can you expect for the month of October? Let's tune in and find out. Okay, so I'm laughing right away, Libra, because I see you happy, but it's like your fingers in a light socket. So there's so much energy and there's so much going on. Now, this is a month that is packed full of universal movement. So we have two eclipses, one October 8th, and that is a full moon eclipse in Aries, and then another one October 22nd. And that one is in Scorpio, and that is with the new moon. It's a partial solar eclipse. Now, in addition, Mercury goes retrograde October 4th through October 25th. So there's a lot happening here. And it's happening in your month, in your sign, Libra. So it means it's going to affect you the most. But now there's a big upside with this, because the upside is that for you, you can get a lot done in terms of going inward, rebooting, restarting, reconnecting, reconfiguring, things that need your time and attention. It's really going to shift into your creative zone, into your ability to be able to envision things and to be able to become more creative and influential. There's a huge opportunity for your sign this month to be able to, what I call lean into all of your problems. If you lean into your emotional insecurities or into your fears and kind of face them, you'll see that you'll be able to handle them and you'll be able to turn people around and get people to back you and support you. And there's also a lot of unexpected positive things that can happen for you this month. Now, the challenging aspect of everything that's going on for you this month will be close to you, personal relationships, especially those you're intimate with or those that you are new partnerships or alliances and or situations that need to be kind of like dusted off, reevaluated, taken off the wall. So anything long term. So let's start with romantic relationships. So if you're married or if you're in a long-term partnership, there's going to be some weight on you this month, weight and pressure on you this month to kind of speak your truth, say what you need, but also in addition to be able to release some, I feel like a lot of pressure around the heart and around the throat, release animosity, frustration, insecurities, things that you sort of put up with that you don't like. This is about making your happiness and it takes two, right? And you have to bring your happy self to the relationship. And if you're not happy, the relationship isn't at its best. And Libra, we know you're the people pleaser, right? And so your job is to kind of get out of that people pleasing mode and see what is it that I want. And then from there, look to see how you can please that other person. Does this fit in alignment with what I want and with what they want? And if not, then it's about having conversations. And some of you are going to end relationships this month. Some of you will find that the relationship no longer serves you. This could also be for business as well, but right now we're focusing on relationships if you're partnered. For some of you even that are single, you could see that you've been dating somebody for a while. It's like, it's just not happening. It's really time to cut the cord. For some of you who are younger, it may be that you're moving out of your parents' home or you're moving out from a roommate into your own situation. So it's moving forward in more of an individualistic way. Now, that doesn't mean that if you're married that you necessarily are going to get divorced, but you are going to do like rearranging the furniture, right? It's like changing the energy in the home. It's changing the dynamics in the relationship, really giving a refreshed look or a refreshed point of view to that personal love affair that you're having, not only with yourself, but with your spouse. And I do feel like this month, while it can be, kind of tense and feel like you're on a tightrope sometimes, if you do lean in and not like ignore it or pretend it's going to go away, then you're actually going to get the support of the universe to help you through those moments. If you're single, I'm not really feeling like any new blood on the horizon with these, but it's more about revamping you, making your best step forward. So you taking care of yourself so that this month the focus is on you, letting go, healing, getting out of situations that don't support you anymore. Then moving forward, you'll be able to connect with the right individual at the right time. And this month it feels more like it's all about you. So when it's all about you, it's not exactly the perfect time to create a new partnership with someone, because you're just trying to figure yourself out. You're trying to know, as with these eclipses, things around you are going to change. There's going to be big changes. Some of you may be changing career. Okay, we're moving into career, so let's just go there. So some of you are going to change career. Some of you are going to have new opportunities where you'll be the fresh face, where you may be the person that's put on task or the point person for a certain project or a certain situation. You may be nominated for something. You may be somebody who's been lifted up or exalted by somebody, and maybe you don't like that position, but it's really, you're the new face in the crowd. So I see more people looking at you, being more in the spotlight, and also what comes with that pressure to perform, pressure to do it right, pressure to get it right, and you're going to have to walk that balance of trusting your own instinct versus what they want of you or what they expect of you. So, right, so you're going to have to kind of do that push-pull with yourself of which, like, wait, is that authentic for me? Does that feel good for me? Or do I just have to play by their rules? And of course, it's going to take some really sharp communication. And then we've got, with the retrograde happening in Mercury, which affects our communication, you're going to have to just hold your tongue, hold back, wait for the perfect timing, and say it in a way that is respectful, that is focused, and with an open possibility where everybody can get their communication in. If you come from a point of view like this is a win-win, not that, you know, I'm taking battle with you and I'm gonna, you know, pummel you. If you take that energy, it's not gonna work this month. You're gonna feel beaten up and bruised, and I think at the end of the day you might win, but at what cost? So this is more of a win-win type of energy that's available for us this month, Libras. Let's see what else is with the career. Feels like around the 10th you may get notice of something. There may be even, some of you may get an ending to something, like a pink slip. Now, a pink slip, you know, to me means like you're being fired or you're being let go or there's an ending to something. Now, here's the thing with that ending, it doesn't necessarily mean, it just means that it could end in this format and we're changing formats. Or we're no longer going to use you here, but we're going to use you there. So, and for some of you, unfortunately, it will be just, you'll be let go. But, you know, with these eclipses, there's sudden changes, dramatic changes. And then we have another eclipse at the end of the month, which is new beginnings. So the full moon with the full lunar eclipse on October 8th, it signifies endings, right? So you could end a job, you could end a career, you could sell a business, you could sell a home. So I mean, there's some positive aspects to this too. It's a completion, it's an energy of completion. So there's a lot of positive things. You could complete an illness, you could complete your degree. There's a lot of positive things about this. On the upside, there's the new moon and the new partial solar eclipse that happens on October 22nd that is going to open up and, or it's actually October 23rd, that's going to open up the new opportunities for you. So if a new job is coming there, or a new relationship is coming there, or a new potential opportunity for you to be seen and heard, and a whole new path could be opening up for a career. So some of you could be in the spotlight, magazine, TV, commercials, you know, if you're an actor or if you're in drama or any of those things, you know, Libras love theater, right? We can be that dramatic one. All of that, those opportunities are opening up for you. It feels like the biggest challenges this month are families. So there may be some challenges around your family or around your home environment, emotions running high. So you want to just, you know, unplug, take care of yourself. And remember, just keep creating the win-win along the way and you're going to be okay. Let's look at your money. It feels like you've been, you know, running on change, right? Like just not as much money as you're accustomed to. And I think you're going to see that change, especially with these eclipses coming. They're just showing me it growing. So your financial prosperity is really going to grow this month. You're really going to see a lot more money than you've seen in a long time. And there's even big potential for you to get like an unexpected check in. And I mean like a lot of money, like an unexpected check or an unexpected gift from somebody just for no reason, just for you. So there's this potential of it could come as an unexpected birthday present, or it could come just as a bonus or a windfall. But there's definitely financial windfall or bounty coming into Libras this month. And whatever big is for you. So if you know, if $100 is big for you, or if $10,000 is big for you, or if $100,000 is big for you, it's like whatever's big for you in your normal course of living is what you could expect. The other thing is you need to be patient. You need to be patient with the people around you. It's almost like your star is going straight up, and there's people around you that's running around because your life is changing so fast. And really, Libra, we don't feel like it's changing fast too. We feel like it's taken forever to get here, but it's finally going to like skyrocket. And when that happens, the people around you are going to feel a little nervous, they're going to feel a little anxious, feel a little left out or a little behind, or there may be more responsibility on their shoulders if all of a sudden you've got a job traveling and they're staying home now, right? Or if all of a sudden you're now moved to department head and you've got a lot more responsibility on your shoulders, or you just got a new job that's exciting and tantalizing, and that's where your focus and energy is, and they're going to feel a little left out because of your enthusiasm for someplace else that's away from them. So your job is just to be aware of their insecurities, be aware of their soft heart, and that they need a little more time and attention. And when you do it, and when you work and collaborate together, you're going to feel a greater sense of happiness and accomplishment, and they'll be happier. So whether it's your son, your daughter, your husband, your wife, whatever it is, those people closest to you, your mother, your father, your best friend, give them a little extra energy, and you're really going to see that you're going to have a great month. So it's a really exciting month for you guys, Libra. There's just this unexpected thing, especially in your financial arena, unexpected money and wealth coming in. Really, you have a big berth for creativity this month to really make things happen. There's also an opportunity for you to kind of like be sexier than ever. So, you know, I see some new shapes or some new things happening with your body. So there may be some new health opportunities for you to be, some of you may be starting a new way of eating, or you may finally have that self-control that you've been looking for. This is the great month, these catalysts that are happening for us that are going to propel you into taking better care of yourself. So these are all positive things for you, Libra. So have an amazing month. I know I will. I'm a Libra, so I'm excited about this. So I'll connect with you guys again next month. In the meantime, have an amazing October. Hi, if you're a Scorpio, born October 23rd to November 21st, what can you expect for the month of October 2014? Let's tune in and find out. Okay, so right away, Scorpio, you should know there's a lot of energy happening this month. We've got a new moon and a full moon. We've got with eclipses. So there's an eclipse October 8th that is a full lunar eclipse that's going to happen for us. And that's in Aries, and then there's a new moon with a new solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse that's going to happen October 23rd. Now, and that's in Scorpio. There is a Mercury retrograde that's happening October 4th through October 25th. And we all know what that means, right? You're not supposed to buy cars, you're not supposed to buy big ticket items, you're not supposed to buy all this you're not supposed to stuff, right? With communication, the funky stuff happens with computers and TVs, all your electronics can go haywire. So it's an extra energized month. The good news is that for you, it's really, I see your heart really opening up and you really getting what you want. So there's something this Scorpio month that a wish for you is granted, whether you're trying to have a baby, whether you're trying to get engaged, or you're wanting to start your own and launch your own business, or you're vying for a top level position in a company, or you want better health, or you want a miracle of some sorts in your life. There's a huge wish that's going to be granted for you this month, Scorpio. So really, really nice energy. I hope you can feel that. It's just like rushing in like this waterfall coming in to charge everything in a really beautiful way for you guys. Now, the downside is that you have tunnel vision, that you can be so focused on that you forget about the little people. You forget about some other people in your life that need your time and your attention, and that they can go off the tracks really quickly. So you want to be careful, be aware of the people around you, and listen, really listen to what they're saying. So I want you to pay extra attention this month, Scorpio, because we have the communication challenge and Mercury with it being retrograde starting October 4th. It sometimes makes us dumb. And we can't, it's like, huh? What'd you say? I want you to pay extra attention, especially to those of your children around you and people around you that are going to need your focus, because you're so wrapped up in you and what you want. It may be your partner, it may be your best friend, it may be somebody that says, I've been telling you, and if you're not listening, by the end of the month, it could really blow up and really go haywire. So if somebody says something to you, believe them. Really, I mean, I hate to go dark on you, but if they're like saying, Mom, I'm depressed, Mom, I am suicidal, it's not a call, it's like, take them seriously, please, okay? Or if somebody's saying, you know what, I really think I'm going to get fired, and you're just saying, oh, don't worry about it. No, you need to sit down and say, okay, oh, wow, there's a problem here, so let me help you fix it. Let's talk about it. right? I want you to pay attention to those things because they don't have to happen. You have an opportunity to correct them, all right? And we tend to sometimes go, oh, you're fine, right? And so I'm not saying that these people are like that. And remember this, I'm reading for all of Scorpio. So if you don't have anything going on in your life like that, great, fabulous. Then I'm not talking to you. I'm just saying pay attention, listen to the people closest to you this month, give them some of your energy. And there's a danger that you are so wrapped up in your miracle that's actually going to happen and the gift that's going to be given to you that you may not. So, you know, those of you in the film industry, you may be awarded an amazing movie, or you may be given an opportunity to direct something special. You know, so there's this big energy around it and it's going to consume you, but please step back and take care of the people around you. Okay, I know I really harped on that, but I'm sorry. It's what I hear. Okay, so now let's focus on your health. So the good news is I feel like you guys are finally in kind of like a peaceful place. I feel like there may have been some challenges before, but I feel like you're getting through them. If you're new and you just have something new, it feels like a little bump in the road. It feels like something that you can get through really quickly, or if you're the tail end of that health crisis, right? It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like after October you'll be suffering with it anymore. It feels like it'll be done. Now, as far as your career goes, okay, we already talked about a wish being granted. As far as anything you want to generate or self-direct, people are really open to you right now. So if you have a book you're trying to write, if you have something you're trying to get through at work, a new idea, a new thought process, or want to change something, now is really the time to put it in front of people. If you have a new invention, anything that's new that you want to get out there, put it in, because now things are broken around people, you know, especially with Mercury retrograde, things are broken. So you want to be able to go ahead and come in and save the day and say, well, you know what, now that this thing is really showing its true colors and it's not really working out, what do you think about this? Or what if we do things like this? Instead of doing it like this, do it like this. So whatever it is that you have an idea for, now is a good time to put it through. Everybody always wants to know about relationships, so let's look at personal relationships. Okay, we talked about that a little bit, where there's, you know, really want you to pay attention and really listen to your relationships. Specific to partnerships, if you've been in a partnership long term, I feel some heartache there. I feel like some challenge. Some of you may be going through a divorce and it may be finalized this month. And some of you may have a court situation that you're going to have to, I hate to say it, but some of it may be started over, or maybe you're starting over with a new attorney, or you're starting over with, you know, a new realtor to sell your house, or, you know, there's some starting overs because things haven't been working. So this is the other thing that a retrograde does, is it shows you what's not working. This is what these eclipses are going to do. They're going to show you what's not working. And especially with the first one on the 4th, which is an ending, some of you may have some endings, ending with divorce, ending with, you know, the things that aren't working. But also, it could be ending because it's sold. It has worked out, you know, that that property has sold, and so you'll be done with it. So you just want to pay attention to those. And then, of course, all through the month, you want to double and triple check communication. If you're not hearing from somebody and you sent them 2 or 3 emails, you know, it could be that they're not getting to them. It really can be that way. So you want to pick up the phone and call. Don't assume that people are receiving your communication this month. You want to make sure and follow through to ensure that they actually did do it, and that they actually did receive it. So pay close attention to that. All right, now let's go back to single people. If you are single in your relationship, it's like silence, like kind of being quiet. You're being asked to kind of pull your energy back, because there's a lot of frenetic energy out there. And Scorpios, you can also be really, you know, really sharp and really upfront with your thoughts and your feelings. And so there's so much energy out there, you don't want to add to it. So your job, Scorpio, is to pull it in. Be the listener this month. Your whole job is just listen, just listen. Your mantra this month, Scorpio, to save your own ass, just listen, right? Okay. Less is more for you guys. Less is more this month. So just listen. That's really going to make, you know, you're going to see that you can create some deeper relationships for yourself too, by being able to go and listen to people and then hear what they have to say. All of a sudden, you're going to have a lot more new best friends because you were there for them, you were just listening for them, and they appreciated that. So pay attention to that. Money. It feels like it's just cycles through the month. It doesn't feel like, is there anything out of the ordinary? Well, there's potentially something in the middle of the month that could be a challenge, whether that you have to fix. All of a sudden, some of you may discover you have a leaky roof, or you may have a refrigerator that goes out, or you may need your car battery dies. Like these crazy little phenomenon things like this, right? It doesn't feel like outrageous. It feels like, life, normal wear and tear. Don't worry about it. I don't feel like it's anything that's going to drain you, or that you're not going to be able to manage this little whatever it is. It feels small. On the upside, it feels like towards the end of the month, something new that's already been in the works comes back around. It feels like there's something that was maybe started last spring that you could have done anything from audition for to interviewed for, that all of a sudden comes back. So there may be something you completely forgot about, and out of the blue comes back to you. It's like, oh, I completely forgot I entered that contest and now I'm winning. Or I completely forgot that I had interviewed for that and now they called. It's like things that you did last spring, feels like last April, comes back around in October. So look for some positive things that way. So Scorpio, you got a lot of stuff happening this month. Remember, your energy is already larger than life. So for you, less is more. Pay attention to people around you. Those miracles, or those that want and desire that you've been working so hard for, is actually going to come in this month. So enjoy it, but remember to pay attention to the little people, and you'll have an amazing month, Scorpio. I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, if you're a Sagittarius born November 22nd to December 21st, what can you expect for the month of October 2014? Let's tune in and find out. So for you, Sagittarius, there's a lot of positive things happening. And I see you sitting down and commanding people. And some of you may have a book coming out. Some of you may be having, there's a lot of spotlight or a lot of energy on you. There's some of you may be in court doing things. Some of you may have a new baby or a new addition to your family. But I feel like there's something that's new that's just been added to your life, and something new that's positive and powerful. So whatever that new thing is going to carry you throughout this month. There may be some challenges, though. There's an electric month with the universe this month. So we have on October 4th, we have a October 8th, we have a total lunar eclipse, which is a full moon in Aries. We also have a partial solar eclipse, which is happening at the same time as the new moon, and that's October 23rd, and that's in Scorpio. And then, just to top it all off, we have Mercury going retrograde on October 4th through October 25th. And that's the planet that governs all our communication and all of our electronics. So it's the month where sometimes, computers go nuts, and all these just crazy things where communication doesn't happen and your cell phones don't work, and anyway. So it's a month for us instead to go in. Now the good news is it actually activates and focuses more on our right brain. So we have a lot more creative energy. We have a lot more opportunity this month to really go in and to focus. And for you in particular, Sagittarius, this energy is going to help you with your communication, with your voice, and really being heard, and kind of really get your story straight with yourself. So it's a very personal month for you. And like, what do I want? What are the conversations that govern my mind? Do I really want to continue my life in this way? You're going to find yourself really being a little more introverted, which is unusual for you guys, and really trying to self-evaluating. Am I happy with the results I'm having in my life? Am I happy with the way I treat men, or am I happy the way I treat women? You're going to look a little bit more at personalized. Am I feeling comfortable with this? So you're going to start to look at some of your behaviors and some of your notions and start to change them in a way that's really supportive. Now, if you don't do that, the universe is going to help you by bringing people either from your past or present to you to point out to you your faults. So if you're not self-evaluating, somebody else is going to do it for you, and it's going to be a little more painful. So what you want to do is you want to get a handle on being your best self and correcting those behaviors and taking responsibility for them. If you do that, Sag, you're going to soar right to the top. It's kind of like, how you see those politicians out there and they do something, and they do drugs or whatever, and then they don't, they just kind of hide. And but then they come out and they say, you know what, I'm sorry. And what happens? People love them. They give them a second chance. So if you've got something like that going on in your life, get out of the shadows, apologize, get the help that you need, get back on track. People are going to love you. They're going to forgive you. If there's a secret you're hiding, be careful. This is the month when all that stuff blows up in your face. So if you've got something, I would come clean with it, and I would try and make amends and change it. And and Sag, I'm not telling this to every sign, okay? This is for you. This is coming up in your energy. So you would just want to, I just want to make you aware. I don't know if it's, you know, if I'm not speaking to you, then just remember that there's a lot of Sagittarius that I talk to. So then that's not appropriate. But if you know who you are, if you're hiding something or you're doing something that can hurt or yourself or those people that you love, be aware that these eclipses bring up that dark side. It opens it up and lets everything be seen. Now, the good news is there's a tremendous amount of healing that you can receive this month and a tremendous amount of love that you can give. So on the other side of this pain, you can look and you can see why your actions caused you to do what you did. And now you have this great opportunity to be able to heal. Now, if this makes no sense to you, then what you want to look at is you want to go a little deeper, and this could be all about yourself. Are you abusing yourself? Are you being neglectful to yourself? Are you all work and no play? Are you eating really poorly and your body is suffering? Like, look at where the abuse is, whether it's outward or whether it's inward towards you, okay? And then by doing that, you're really gonna be able to flip this energy around, because all these eclipses, it brings up our fears, it brings up our insecurities, and I've been telling people that you wanna lean into it. You wanna lean into your problems, and this is a month to help resolve them. Now let's look specifically at your personal relationships, like if you're married or in a long-term relationships for Sag. You're going to need to slow down, pay attention to where your partner's at, and really carve out some time together. Really make special time together, and that relationship can really reignite. It's like you both need water or rejuvenated, right? So if you give a little weekend or here or there, it feels like it'll really be nice and it'll go a long way. Now, if you're single, this is really about taking care of you. No more, you know, short circuits, what we call them, you know, just one-nighters. Like, this is the month you wanna slow down and you want to take care of you and you want to value yourself. Do I want that connection or not? And believe me, I'm not against that sort of thing. I'm just saying that the energy of this month is that you can get burned out and that you can not value yourself in a way. And so you want to do what feels good for you and in valuing yourself. And then by doing that, you're going to attract somebody else that sees you the same way. And I remember, when you meet somebody new during Mercury retrograde, they generally don't last, but they can impact you, right? You can hang out with somebody for 2 weeks and that'd be it, and your life is forever changed. So you just want to be choosy with who you're giving your energy to. And especially during the October 4th to October 25th if you're single, all right? Just be choosy who you're hanging out with, that's all. And then you'll be fine, you'll have a great time. As far as your health goes, I'm feeling some digestive issues going on. And, you know, coming up, a lot of it has to do with emotional insecurity, frustration, just like wanting to get ahead and not being able to get ahead. You know, it's like this personal pressure you guys put on yourself, Sagittarius. And, but I do feel like it's going to be cleared up as you take better care of yourself, as you focus on yourself, as you look for ways in which you can communicate your desires and intentions for yourself and then follow through. That's part of the digestive, is just being upset with yourself. As far as money goes for Sagittarius, I do feel like there's an energy that's going to carry you forward and open. You may get some new ideas to be able to make some money this month, new creative ventures. There may be even a new partnership that comes to you, somebody that comes to you and says, hey, will you do this with me, or will you join forces with me? Here's the thing, if that happens during the retrograde time, October 4th to October 25th, it may be from your past. If it's from your past, bravo, go ahead, move forward. If it's somebody new, again, those relationships are generally temporary, so be very cautious, be very careful. Don't sign anything during the retrograde if you can help it, unless, of course, it's from the past, then it's not a big deal. It's considered more of a completion. But moving forward, you don't want to sign anything or make any big commitments during that time period, and really spend to get to know them. And when you get outside of the retro period, what happens is all of a sudden communication, it's like this veil that's been open your eyes, and now you can see more about this person and more about them than you learned before. So if you wait until the end of the month after the retrograde's over, more like October 26th, 27th, 28th, your eyes will be opened. You'll be more illuminated about their company or about their desires, about their true wants and wishes. And so I would lay off any commitments until the end of the month, and then you'll really know how genuine they are, and you'll really be able to say, is that really a good deal or not? Your eyes won't be covered or closed. The other good thing about this month with Mercury retrograde, it's a great month to sell stuff, right? Because people, the illusion is blocking them. So if you've got something that you need to sell, you can probably get a lot more money for it right now during this time, because if people like it, they're really going to like it, and they're not going to see any of the flaws, and will probably pay you top dollar. So it's a good little note for you, Sagittarius, if you were thinking of selling anything. So all in all, Sagittarius, I think you're going to have a really great month. Some of you have some allergies. My eyes are itching as we're going in there. I think you're going to see those settling down by the end of the month. And also the adrenals. You want to take care of yourself with your adrenals, because I feel like there's a lot of energy going up. So meditation, just even 5 minutes a day, or just stepping outside and really being one with nature, breathing that energy in and opening your heart. All those things are going to help to settle you guys down and make the best of an active month. So I know it's kind of hard on you guys when I first came into your energy, and I'm sorry about that. But at the same time, Spirit's here to support us and really being able to wake you up to being the best you. And some of those programs, these are what our eclipses are for. They're going to break up. They're breaking up the old programming that's no longer supporting us. So by you taking an earnest look and seeing, wow, it doesn't support me to overeat anymore. It doesn't support me to or to starve myself all day long. Look at those behaviors that aren't working and make the changes. And if it's more of an addiction, then you'll get the support that you need as well. So anyway, Sagittarius, have an amazing month. You've got all the power of the universe to support you. And I know at the end of the month, you're all going to be open and blossoming and having a fabulous time. So I'll connect with you again next month. So if you're a Capricorn born December 22nd to January 19th, what can you expect for the month of October 2014? Let's tune in and find out. So Capricorn, gosh, I feel like you guys are really, like a lot of you are really wrung out, and I feel a little empty inside, like empty in the lower part of my body, almost like you're not even grounded. And I feel a lot of fear, especially around my feet and my lower extremities. Fear can cause, where we're kind of feel stuck, and I always feel it is very cold energy. And so I feel a lot of fear for a lot of you Capricorns. And that could be for you just fear financially, something's going on in your life, or you're feeling nervous and concerned about your finances or your romantic relationships. This month of October is really here to help you. It's, oh, nice. They're showing me a fire, and a fire, fire underneath your feet. It melts the fear, right? It's going to get you going. It's going to get you motivated. It's going to get you on track and focused. We've got some big energies happening this month. Mercury goes retrograde October 4th through the 25th, which affects our communications and all of our, electronic sort of things. You're never supposed to, sign anything big during that time, and keep your large expenses, to small things if you can, or put them off till next month if you can. And then, of course, we've got 2 eclipses to help us, and there is a full moon lunar eclipse in Aries that happens October 8th, and then a partial solar eclipse with the new moon on October 23rd. So, and that represents new beginnings. Now, eclipses always break things up, right? They really show us the truth. They're all about revealing the truth. And there's endings. So the first one is all about endings. And so for you Capricorns, you may see a relationship that has ended. You may see that, a friend that has gone to the wayside and they're just not there for you anymore. You may see new dynamics in your current relationships where maybe you had somebody that they were always there for you and you could talk to them, and now they're just not there as much, and so you've got to lean on yourself more. Or it could be that you had a best friend who's moved across the country, or their job where they're not available anymore. So these doesn't necessarily mean a death, but sometimes it can mean a death. It could mean the death of a marriage, or the death of a relationship, or an actual physical death of someone that you love that's been ill. I'm not really picking up any big unexpected things for you. So so I don't want you to go into a panic. It doesn't feel like it's unexpected in that way. And then also, I also feel like you just, there's been things in your life. You have a headache, like my whole on the left side of my head is just hurting, and my eyes. So some of you need to get your eyes checked. Some of you need to go and take care of your vision. And don't worry about the money. It's kind of like if you've turned into a hoarder, and that's what happens when we financially get stuck. We start hoarding our money. We start calculating, do I have enough for this? Do I have enough for that? Do I have enough for this, right? That's not how the universe works. The universe is an abundant, thriving energy, right? And when we're in that flow, we take care of ourselves. Okay, I need new glasses. I go get new glasses and new energy comes in. Or you know what? I need to go get that sunscreen on my skin removed. You know, that sun cancer on my skin, whatever I'm trying to say here. You know, those little things like that. Yes, and so my little dog agrees. So it's like, take care of yourself. And this is a month, Capricorn, that's introverted. It has you look, a lot of these eclipses are happening in months that are where we're being asked to go in and to look at ourselves. So for you Capricorns, it's also about letting go of jealousy. This month will also touch on your jealousy and your fear of abandonment, loneliness, and heartache. So, and there's a lot of people in your energy field that could be telling you no, or that's not good enough, or don't do it like that. You gotta really stick to your guns or trust your own instincts about things. But a lot of your emotions are gonna feel raw this month. So you wanted to do things that are soothing for you. What feels good to me? Does a day at the beach, or even 2 hours, or a half hour in meditation, or you know, or do I need to go grab a cup of coffee, or a phone call with a friend? Like what nurtures you? You really want to get to know yourself and take care of yourself this month, Capricorn. Really important. Now, as far as your money goes, there's some really nice energy opportunities for you that are going to open in about a week to 10 days. So around the middle of the month, I see this blossoming of financial abundance around you that's just like over your head and then coming down through you. And so it's just a natural flow. It's a natural flow. But your job is to not look at how other people are doing. Don't look at other their businesses, or don't look at their relationships, or don't look at their situations. You need to look at it for you. Comparatively speaking, am I doing better? Comparatively speaking, how am I doing? So if you can keep that internally for you, and am I improving from the last 6 months or the last 6 years? That's what you want to focus on and look to adjust that. Don't look on anybody else's other plate or what they've got or what they don't have and then make comparisons that way. Because for some of you, you'll just look to the top and see that you're not there and make you feel bad, because Capricorns are the salt of the earth. You guys are the manifestors. You're the ones who go out and make it happen. You're the ones who lay the bricks and go, this is how it needs to be done, right? And then you do it. You just take charge. You guys are natural born leaders. So there's this competitive energy inside of you. And if you're not number one, you're just busy beating yourself up. So don't be going there this month. Really look, am I number one compared to how I was number one last year? Look at that and work with that energy, and you're going to be much happier. Now, I have the stinging energy around my lips. So some of you can be really sharp with the tongue, can really, really hard, not only on yourself, but those around you. You really want to curtail your anger this month, and you really, because there's some potential, so don't ask for something you don't want. So if you don't want to ask for a divorce, don't talk divorce. If you don't want to sell a car, don't talk about selling your car. If you don't want your roommate to move out, don't talk about your roommate moving out. You know, if you don't want to sell your business, don't talk about it, because there's like somebody to come right in and say, I'll give that to you, right? And then I see this regret. So there's some, I'm never going to speak to you again. I'm never going to see you again. Be careful with the absolutes this month, because there are people in your life that, I'm sorry, we'll take you up on them and say, fine, good riddance, and they mean it. And it'll be really, 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 really hard to get them back into your life again, okay? I'm not kidding. This is one of those months with these eclipses that sever things. So be very careful, Capricorn, with your words this month and with your energy towards others, because sometimes we cannot say anything, but we enter a room and people know we're mad, or they know that we're pissed off. They know that we're upset about something. So you've got to be able to take yourself away and then bring yourself back when you can talk in a respectful and calm manner. And this is kind of what's up for every sign, okay? It's the energies are, Aries are headstrong people, right? So this first eclipse is in Aries. So we're all affected by that energy where we just ram in there, we go in there, and we just get it done. And you guys are the ram, so you got to be careful, right? So, or Aries is the ram, so it's got these. I'm just seeing the horns, guys. So you want to like slow down. So these are the energies that are intense, right? So we're all affected by this. So if you slow down, your relationships will have time to cool off. You'll have time to talk about things. You'll have time to bring together, and especially the family nucleus, because I see a lot of challenges around family. Some of you may be going to court with your family court, with talking about children again or talking about money again, and that's scary and that's intense. So it can go positive for you if you just lay out the facts and stay focused on the outcome, which is a win-win. This is a month where you want to focus on win-win. Not I'm going to kill you, I'm going to take it all, but a win-win. Because if you're trying to go for it all, you're likely to be disappointed and could end up hurting yourself and or the entire outcome that you were setting up or hopeful for. Now, as far as career goes, some of you are going to start new businesses this month. Some of you are going to reinvigorate your business by a fresh new start or rethinking or reinventing it. So it could be you're taking something and you're reinventing and doing it over, or you're opening something brand new. This is really great because these eclipses can help to launch you and to really support you. So very positive stuff for you guys. Some of you, if you're looking for a new job, this would be a great time to look for a new job, especially if you go to the past, if you go to past employers, if you go to past friends that you worked with and ask for them, ask for their help. Anybody in your past that you could, if you're looking for a job or career, call them up and say, hey, I'm looking for something. Do you know of anything? So great resource. And with Mercury retrograde, it's a perfect opportunity for you to go back and get some support and some help. As far as marriages go for Capricorns, long-term relationships, again, I see you like, like you're ready to jab, like you're ready to do some sparring. You put the gloves down. You just want love. Just say what you need. Your partner will be there. And I feel like this is something that can be really worked out beautifully. So put the gloves down and just speak your truth and be honest and vulnerable, and you're going to get your needs met. Now, for those of you that are looking for new relationships, not a great month because of the Mercury retrograde. So I would just say be very present to the moment. So if somebody's there to connect with you in the moment between October 4th and October 25th when Mercury gets out of retrograde, then those people are just of the moment. Have fun with them, do your own thing, be true to yourself, and keep moving. They're not likely to be around for a long time. So, whether it's 3 days or 3 weeks or 3 months or, 3 years, it's just not, it's not a long-term thing. Towards the end of the month, you'll find more opportunity will be opening up in personal relationships. But right now, you've got a lot to do in taking care of yourself. So all in all, Capricorn, big, huge month. I think if you take care of yourself and love yourself and then send that love outward, you're going to be really powerful. You're going to have a lot of opportunity to get things done. People are going to want to hear what you have to say. They're going to celebrate your new business, your ideas. You guys are big idea people. You're big manifestors, so there's huge money available for you, huge opportunity available for you this month in your new own ideas, your own in reinventing yourself and whatever that looks like. So think for yourself the reinvention this month and play it cool. Let go of those jealousies. Keep focused. The competition needs to be with yourself. And when it's with yourself, you guys are going to come out on top. So have an amazing month, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, so if you're an Aquarius born January 20th to February 18th, what can you expect for the month of October 2014? Let's tune in and find out. So Aquarians, for some of you, I feel like there's a grieving period that's happening, either grieving the loss of a business or the loss of a friendship or the loss of someone close to you. And I'm sorry, but I do feel like this grieving that you're letting go of, it can also be of a lifestyle if you've recently filed bankruptcy or you've gone through something, but there is this grieving that's going on. And on a positive note, in the month of October, we have a lot of big changes happening for us. We have 2 eclipses. The first one is October 8th. It's a total lunar eclipse during a full moon in Aries. And then we have a partial solar eclipse on October 23rd, and that's during the new moon of, I believe it is Scorpio. So a lot of energy. And then we also have Mercury retrograde happening October 4th through October 25th, which of course always gives us the opportunity to rethink, redo, reinvigorate. It's the reinvention energy is what it's available for. And it's always that time where the computers go a little haywire, cell phones go a little nuts, everything electronic gets a little buzzed, and communication go haywire as well. So, if you're flying, you want to double, triple check your times and all those things. Some of you could be having trips and then they get canceled or rescheduled. So just be aware it's a difficult time for all of that. And as long as you know what the score is, you don't have to worry about it too much. It's not a big deal. Okay, so let's focus on the things for Aquarians this month that are going to happen for you. So let's look first at your personal relationships. If you're in a long-term marriage or long-term partnership, there's going to be some, little friction on a lot of people's energy this month. And Aquarius, you're gonna be brought down to earth. So I see, like, if you're up here, you're being brought down to reality of like, wow, this is real. This is reality. So there's things going on around you that your partner will be not intimidating, but will be initiating or having conversation with you about their thoughts or their feelings or things that are important to them that need to be changed or altered in the relationship. So you're going to be brought down to reality with your personal relationships and understanding things that need to be corrected or changed. And this is a healthy time. It's always healthy to reinvent the relationship and to look at things. If you're somebody that is single, I feel like for you guys, you're going to have to really give energy to yourself, because I see that there's nothing satisfying there. So in other words, if you're trying to land over here and you're trying to land over here and you're looking for somebody else to fill you up, you're going to be disappointed. So you want to fill yourself up. Do what makes you laugh. Do what gives you joy. So don't worry so much about trying to find the party, but you be the party. And when you're in that space, you'll attract it. You'll turn your light on and you'll be the party, and you'll turn that energy outward, and then people will come to you. So if you shift that energy for yourself, Aquarius, you're going to feel so much better. As far as money goes this month, it feels like there's a little blemish around the 10th, October 10th, which could mean anything. It could be something benign, something simple like, my car battery died, or my headlight went out, or, little things like that. It could be something small, or it could be something larger, which could be your health issue. If you have something going on with your face, make sure you take care of it. Not that I'm picking up anything around that, but in some of you, it just may be having to connect with embarrassment or frustration or shame, and so it's showing me your face, because it could be an emotional component, insecurity or fear that you're not dealing with, or even anger, because eclipses, are an intense energy. So bring up the things, deal with them, get therapy if you need it, get support if you need it. I do some energy clearing that can work for you as well, through a private session or through my new website that will be launched later this month. You'll see some new products that I have on there that can help you move through some of these emotions. So look at things that can help you personally. Now, there are some unexpected things that may happen for you right around the 8th, right before the eclipse. Those are ending. So that's potentially, if you have someone close in your life, you could see them passing if they're already ill. I mean somebody who's terminally ill. I don't mean like if they're just sick, don't expect the worst, okay? No, there's also, that could be the end of their illness, and they could have the right information or the surgery that's done that brings them out of it, all right? So I don't want you thinking bad. So it's just this, it's kind of the energy of life, there's life and death. So there is movement with this. It's around that same time period, so it's completion. For you, overall for health, I feel like it's good. I feel like it's getting better. I feel like there's a little bit of a drain. So some of you may be feeling tired and feeling kind of in a funk. So I feel like there's a little bit of a drain. You need to get a handle on that for yourself. And sometimes it's just being more, aware, more conscious, not burning the candle at both ends, being a little more focused of whether the foods are nurturing you or taking away from you. So pay attention to those things. Now, as far as work for Aquarians, there's some new energy, new life that can happen for you. This is a huge month creative-wise. Like creativity-wise, I feel like your head is just full. You've got so many ideas and magic and awestruck and that you can create and envision for yourself. So, and you're going to have the people to be able to delegate to. So I see people around you that can handle this, do this, make that happen. So use that this month to really ignite your business and to really expand it and grow, because I feel like good things happen for you this month in terms of the area and around you, and envisioning for yourself your future. So those are all really positive things, and people will be close to you, will be able to help implement them for you. So positive stuff, Aquarian. And then the other thing that's coming up for you, Aquarians, is at the same time, even though that's like all that great energy, you also want to be a little frugal. They're saying just save a little, be a little frugal with yourself. And I feel like what that does is by being a little frugal or squirreling some things away, it makes you feel better. It makes you feel like you're not squandering, or you're not being, you're not overspending. So save a little bit. So hold back a little bit if you can this month. I feel like your cash flow is fine, but I feel like you just need to save there. So there may be something that you're trying to save for, whether it's a new home, whether it's a new, new pair of great boots or purse, or, or the holidays are coming up and you're going to be buying gifts. But I feel like saving a little money this month is going to actually benefit you. And I feel like you'll have the room to do that. So that means you'll have some good financial flow this month, so you can put a little away. All right, Aquarians, have an amazing month. One last thing that's coming up before I end it here. I also wanted to bring up that the end of the month, there's the new eclipse on October 23rd. So for some of you, you may actually receive a recovery of new health, especially like in your parents. If you have older parents, you may see them being brighter and bigger than ever. So if you're worried about your parents, don't be. There's some good energy for them coming at the end of the month that's resilience, that's with that new moon, that's going to kind of awaken them and give them new protocol or new support for them. So you may see them a little off balance earlier, but don't let that frighten you, because there's some new energy for them if they're older towards the end of the month. Okay, all right, Aquarians, have an amazing month, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, so if you're a Pisces, born February 19th to March 20th, what can you expect for the month of October 2014? Let's tune in and find out. So Pisces, I see a lot of things coming to you, a lot of opportunities, a lot of things that you can pick for yourself and choose for yourself as positive. I also feel like a lot of you that have had kind of health issues, I feel like those are going to be passing. I feel like you're going to get the information. Some of you may discover that you have been eating certain foods that aren't healthy for you, or that you have an allergic reaction to. I feel like this is a good month to have those exposed. So you're going to discover some new things about yourself that is going to give you a healthier, happier life. So that's all good. Now this month is filled with a lot of energy. We do have two eclipses. The first one is on October 8th. It's a full moon in Aries, and it's a full lunar eclipse, which is endings, breaking things up. And then we have October 23rd, we have a partial solar eclipse, which comes in with the new moon of Scorpio. Now, the new moons are always good times to put new energy into things, launch new things, new ideas, things like that can be launched at that time. Then we have Mercury retrograde, which is starting October 4th and goes all the way through October 25th. So a big part of October will be dealing with, difficult communications, the frenetic energy that has to do with computers and all of that sort of thing. And I think I've started early because I have all these bells and whistles and things going off in my house. So it's the retrograde where everything kind of goes a little crazy. And that's, of course, when you're asked not to spend a lot of money on, or buy, not spend a lot of money, but pay for or purchase large ticket items like cars or computers or things like that. During a retrograde period, you're always recommended to buy little smaller things if you need to, or just to wait altogether until the next month. So for you in particular, Pisces, this month you're really going to see some things about some other people that you did not know. So there's going to be a lot of truth that is revealed. Some of it is going to be disheartening, because it's kind of like, it's kind of like hearing about Santa Claus. It's going to be the fairy godmother, the fairy tooth mother. It's like, oh, really? You didn't want to know that about them. So there may be some of your favorite people that fall off their pedestals. So that's kind of tough. And but the good news is that it makes them human, and it opens your heart, and it keeps you close to them. And we always want to champion that person in our life that has kind of fallen off. So just be aware of that if somebody close to you has disappointed you or let you down, that you help them pick up the pieces, because it's hard for them too. Now, as far as personal relationships go, in terms of your marriage or your long-term commitment relationship, I feel like there's a lot of love that you have to give there, and and a lot of love to share, and that feels really good. It's just to keep the communication open and be able to really support one another. Jealousies may come up, or some fears may be coming up. I also feel like some back pain in your energy. A lot of time back pain has to do with carrying a financial burden. So maybe there's some guilt if you've got, you're putting a financial burden on your partner, or you're asking them to carry the load. I'm also feeling this in the left side of the body, in the spleen, and digestion. So you really want to work on meditating and releasing any guilt that you have about people paying for things for you or propping you up in any way, and just to know that that you also have, this is opening for you in a whole new way. Or some of you, it could be carrying resentment if you're the breadwinner, or you're the one who's carrying all that heavy weight. So for you, it's really about opening up to a new vision for yourself and those that you love. And then I feel like that relationship can be healed and really supported. Now, as far as Pisces who are single, it just feels like a really fun time for you. Like, you guys are always sort of open and airy anyway. So what you want to be aware of in this month is just like be in the moment. If you're in the moment, you just have fun. I don't really see anybody long-term for you this month. I see it more like, just fun and intense. There can be moments where you get to know somebody and just, resist the temptation to make them the one, okay? Because whenever somebody comes in during a retrograde period, the likelihood of them staying for a long period of time is not going to happen. But they can absolutely make an impact on you, or somebody from your past could come back. Now, if it's somebody from your past that you've already known and they come back, that can be really good, all right? So if somebody comes back from your past during this time period, then you've got a shot at making it real, okay? So that's all good news. So Pisces, let's look at money for you, because I was picking up the burden in the stomach and in the low back. I feel like you just need to put your burdens away. You need to like let go of your fears around that. There's a key that you get that unlocks things around October 15th. New understanding, new revelation, new alliances, acquaintances, or partnerships. It's a realignment of what you know to be true. So there's new information, new ideas, and or new situations that happen, new opportunities for you. It could even be in the form of somebody new coming into your business and giving it a boost to skyrocket things for you. So there's new stuff around October 15th for you in the form of business, which is going to help money come into you. For some of you, I also see that there's money that you see that you don't know how to get it. Like, how do I get that? And I feel like that's also going to be opened up and available to you at the end of the month, like more around the October 30th. So after that next eclipse that happens, it feels like there's going to be a lot more money rolling into you. So you'll have a lot more money at the end of the month versus the beginning of the month. So that's always good. All right, so let me see what else there is for you guys. Health. So did we touch on health? Well, I just picked up these body sensations. I think we opened with health too, talking about that you may need a program to help you eat right and to feel more satisfied. And I think if you just look around, you'll be led to the right sort of situation that's going to help you. So I feel a little bit inspired to take advantage of this month and to help yourself. Typically a retrograde period is a time for us to go in a little bit, to slow things down, self-evaluate, rethink, relook, redo. So you want to use that on yourself and really look and see what you need to do to make yourself healthy and happy and to living your best. All right, guys, so wonderful to connect with you, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, so if you're Aries, born March 21st to April 19th, what can you expect for the month of October 2014? Let's tune in and find out. Okay, so right away, Aries, we have the duality of life, right? We have the brightest light, and then next to the brightest light is the biggest darkness, right? And it comes in duality. So for you guys, Aries, this is a month of dualities. So it's, so first of all, let me explain what's happening in the universe. We've got big energy things happening. We've got 2 eclipses, plus we have Mercury retrograde starting October 4th to October 25th, which hampers our communication, which they say you should never fly. Things get screwed up or canceled or rearranged, reconfigured. So some of you may have some challenges with flights or need to change things or whatever. So just be aware or leave extra early if you are traveling. And then, of course, we have the computers and the communication. So just communicating with one another can also be a problem or a bit of a challenge. So you just want to be aware of all that frenetic energy that's going on. Then we have a full lunar eclipse on October 8th in your sign, Aries. And then we have which I'll come back to in just a second. And then we have a partial solar eclipse on October 20, I want to say this right, 23rd, yes. And that's a new moon in Scorpio. And that's for new beginnings, new energy, all the new positive stuff comes in towards that time. Now, the one on the 8th that's going to happen are endings. And a lot of times it's dramatic. Sometimes it's truth that's revealed. So sometimes it's very uncomfortable. A lot of times when eclipses come in, because it's just change. But it can also be good change. It could be like, wow, you could all of a sudden get promoted. You could all of a sudden, win something. There's like these big windfalls or breakups that happen around this time. And in your energy areas, I see the best of times and the worst of times. So it's, what comes to my mind is when I had gotten my book deal with Hay House, which is an amazing publisher. This was years ago. And when I got my book deal, that same day I was flying so high and I was in LA. And that same time, later that day, I got a phone call from my nanny at home saying that our dog had been missing for 48 hours, that nobody even realized that she got out and there was a huge thunderstorm and she'd been gone actually 24 hours, not 48, 24 hours, and was lost. So it was like the best of times just happened. Like I was flying so high with this amazing information, and then right behind it, I couldn't even experience the joy because I was terrified my animal was lost. And so it's like things like that. It's like a 1-2 punch, right? It's either really bad news and then good news, or really good news and then bad news. So you guys are going to be hit the hardest this month because the eclipse in your sign. The good news is that we have a retrograde period, and what a retrograde period does, it allows you to pull in. It allows you to go in. It allows you to redo, rethink, recreate, restore, rejuvenate. So you guys need to restore and rejuvenate. You need to sit back. Some of you, have gotten the wind kicked out of you. You maybe have lost a loved one. You maybe are have your own health crisis, or maybe you've just lost a business, or maybe you just found out that someone's cheating, or that maybe you've got, a child dealing with a drug issue. There's all these things that are shocking and painful to us, right? On the upside, you could have just, hit the lottery. You could have just got a new business deal. You could have just sold your home. These things, you could have just gotten a cure. You could have just had a surgery and are cancer-free. So all these like amazing things can happen, and then right behind it or right before it, the opposite. So your job during the retrograde period, take care of you. This is about you. It's not about pleasing other people. It's what do I need? What do I need to restore myself? What do I need to rejuvenate? What do I need to revamp or restart or recharge, right? So it's a very, very, very personal month of starting over for you. And it's starting over with life in a new way. So you'll be forever changed by this month. Whatever happens around you, whether you've lost a business, a loved one, or whether you've started a business or just given birth to a new baby, your life is never going to be the same. It's starting over. And that's life. There's good and there's bad with it. But there's prosperity and abundance for you guys this month. And so I really want you to step into that space of healing and that cathartic energy of what do I want? And being quiet and being respectful of yourself and what you need. And you know what? Some of you may find yourself taking a long trip and really being zen and doing what you need. And other people will want to just stay under the covers. But do what you need to do for you. And don't worry about the other people in your life. They're going to understand. Now let's look personally at your personal relationships. You've got a lot of support around you. So whatever is happening for you, I feel like there's a lot of support going on for you. I feel like there's very powerful people in your life, and you also being one of those powerful people. Now, some of you have also been giving. I feel some of you are just like weary and haggard, and you've been the provider of all the energy and the love. And so you're going to really get restored this month. And your partner, your personal partner, is going to be able to help you contemplate new ideas and new things and really be tender there for you. And if they can't be, you know what, then, maybe you're done with them. For some of you, you may be done. in those personal relationships that aren't working anymore. It could be a business relationship that you're severing ties with. But all in all, I feel for those of you in marriage, there's an opportunity to put things back together in a positive way. Now, as far as single individuals for Aries, this is about taking care of you. And it's kind of like whoever comes up to you is going to have to really treat you like a queen or a king. They're going to have to really go out of their way to get your attention and to earn your attention and earn your attention. And in fact, I think that's how it should be for you guys. So that feels really good. Really just listening to your own inner thoughts and the ways of being and tempering the need to do more and just really enjoy yourself. And it feels like that's all positive. As far as financially, I feel like more money comes to your life, but I feel like there's this endowment that comes in. So some of you may have money coming in from estates. It may be coming in from a lottery. It may be coming in from the sale of a house or the sale of a business, or it could be just a generous donation, or it could even be a grant that's been given to you, or student loans that have been given to you. But I feel like you're funded. I feel like there's money in it and you're funded. So that's good. I feel like there's plenty of money there. I don't feel any issue around money for you guys. Even with the retrograde, I don't even feel any issues around that. And I do feel like a break in the clouds towards the end of the month. I feel like, you get some relief with that new moon, that new solar eclipse around October 23rd. I feel like this whole new thing opens up and you guys really kind of feel like I can breathe and life is starting over and there's new energy and new positive ideas. There's also, even like at the beginning of this month, if you guys have just started a new business, that can be really great and amazing. But then you have all the stuff behind the scenes that go with starting that new business, right? Where, the supplier didn't show up on time and the employees are flaking out on me, so like stress like that, right? Communication, or they didn't get this order, or that person, all that kind of like screwed up nonsense that happens. So I don't want to be gloom and doom here because there's really big, amazing stuff happening for you guys. But I feel like there's, it's the tail wagging the dog. It's the suffering part that we want to stay out of, right? It's all the things that aren't working that can get our attention this month. So I want to leave you guys with something positive, which is lean in to whatever's going on. Lean in. God forbid you're losing a loved one. Lean into it. Accept it. Love them. Be present to them, right? And if you've discovered something that is not good about yourself, or if somebody's told you about a behavior that you don't like, lean into it, choose to address it. If you found out that something's happening in your business, that you're not as well off as you thought, or whatever, like lean into that conversation. Address those fears, right? If you lean into the fear, meaning you face it, you walk through it, this month will be powerful. You'll break through it. It will be memorable, and you don't have to suffer, right? We all have to go through pain because that's how we transcend things, but you don't have to suffer. So Aries, spend a little extra time with you guys because the eclipse is in your energy and it's really an intense eclipse. So I hope that I've supported you this month. You've got some amazing, fabulous things happening for you, and you've got some things that are going away. And just remember that you got what you got from whatever that lesson was, or that relationship was, or that situation was, and use that to invigorate you and to really share yourself with the world, because Aries are the best people ever. Anyway, all right, guys, have an amazing month, and I'll connect with you again next month. Hi, so if you're a Taurus born April 20th to May 20th, what can you expect for the month of October 2014? Let's tune in and find out. Well, so Taurus, you've got some kind of like, I feel like on one hand things were going really smooth, and it's like you've been just woken up from your slumber, and there's this big stuff happening around you. Now, first, let me tell you about what's going on in the universe. We have a really electrifying month this month, where we're all going to be rocked a little bit, right? So we've got two eclipses. The first one is October 8th, and it is a full moon lunar eclipse in Aries, which indicates endings, breakups, the truth, that sort of thing. And then we have October 23rd, which is another eclipse, and that is a partial solar eclipse in the new moon of Scorpio. Then we have Mercury retrograde from October 4th to October 25th. And that's the time, where we reevaluate, redo, rethink, recreate, regenerate, restore. All of that sort of energy is up. And it's also the time when computers go a little funky, our electronics are a little weird, flying, communication all gets hampered, so there may be some rearrangement of trips, there may be some rearrangements of flights. So if you are going to fly, get there early, all that kind of craziness. So let's look at you in particular. When I first stepped into your energy, Taurus, I really felt like there was this need to kind of rush in and support close family members or people who are challenged. Now, and this is really pressing a lot on my heart and my stomach. So it's somebody near and dear to you, and whether it's a court situation that they're in or whether it's a family turmoil that's happening, that's going on. You may have children who are at odds with each other. You may have you may be at odds with your children. Whatever it is, there's this disconnect in the family that's happening right now. It's very personal. It's very deep, and it's very painful. So, and I feel like it's very quiet. So this is some of this, unfortunately, may be brought to light by these eclipses, where it could become more public. So there could be a chance early on where you take this low key, where you could be instrumental in influencing someone to make a better decision or a better choice, so it doesn't get out into the public. So there's a lot of heavy energy with this. So it could be anything from an addiction to I won't even venture to say, but it's heavy stuff, right? So, and I don't think you're surprised. I think if this isn't something you don't know about, all right? So for those of you that are going, oh my God, then I'm not talking to you, okay? I'm talking to other people, because this is stuff that's already happening in your life now, and it's just going to come to light in October for other people to hear about. So you just want to be prepared for that. So if you can go in and rush in and sort of help now to minimize how many other people find out about things, or the way in which it's positioned in the world, be better for you, better for your loved ones. Now, for you personally, Taurus, less is more. So for you, it's really about not being too hard on yourself, or that you should have done this or you should have done that, because it's kind of like, sand going through your hands. You can't stop time. You can't stop this from whatever's going on. So don't be hard on yourself. Really, be open and loving with yourself, and it is part of life. Now, the good news is that there's some big opportunities here for a lot of play, a lot of fun, a lot of sun, a lot of joy in this month. So from some of these difficulties are going to come great unions and great celebration of life, and deep spiritual matters. Like, spiritual matters are really important to you, and I feel like this month you get filled to the brim with spirit. I feel like you get everything that you want from spirit. I feel like so much information comes in, and this awakening happens for you. So it's really good, Taurus. There's new energy and new fulfillment and new possibility for you in this month. And an opportunity also for you to kind of look at your stubbornness and your little, set in your ways sort of energy. And as far as personal relationships go, you may be asked by your partner to do some things a little differently. There may be some compromise happening in your relationship, which is good. So there'll be an opportunity to reinvent the relationship as well. If you're a single, Taurus, you're going to have to get up and get out. I see you sort of stuck. So this month, your job is to get yourself up and out of being stuck. Go socialize, go get out, do things, but do it in a way that is familiar to you, in a way that's like, oh, I want to go see a museum, or oh, I want to go take in that play, or oh, I want to go rock it out on a dance floor. All right, whatever is your vibe, go do it. Just get out and go do it. You need to get up and out. Okay, no more leaning back, right? I want you to lean into life. It'll just be better for you this month if you do that. And you'll have a lot of people that you immediately attract that will be there to support you. So you won't be doing it alone if you have the courage to get out there and do it. But then just make eye contact with people and smile, right? Let them know that you're not a walking zombie. And then they'll go, yeah, a person's there. And they're really attractive and they've got a great vibe. So that's you. So pay attention to that. And that light can be turned on and people will reciprocate, okay? Now, as far as money for Tauruses go, I don't feel any money issues. I feel like you guys are solid. I feel like you're rock solid. I feel like you may be giving money to other people. I feel like you may be loaning some money to other people, maybe on the QT. So some of you may be giving money to other people. Could be close family members that are in trouble, that need some care and love and extra dollars in their pocket. So that's all positive. And I do see I do see them giving it back to you, by the way. I do see if you want it back. And some of you, I don't think that you'll want it back, but for those of you that do, I feel like in a respectable time frame that you could get that money back too. Okay, let's see what else is positive here for you, Taurus, this month. Some of you, some of you may have some things that need to be done with your teeth, and I think that doing it, you'll have great success. I feel like the procedures will be fine. I feel like it'll go well. So if you've got something happening with your teeth, don't be worried about it. Go ahead and move forward with it and get it done and handled. It feels like it'll be good for you. And then some of you guys are feeling also like nasal pressure, like I can't really breathe, that sort of thing, sinuses. Sometimes that's anger imposed at yourself, self-directed, and I touched on that a little bit already, being angry at yourself about not jumping in or not helping more with a certain situation. Don't worry about that. If your sinuses, you may want to change your diet. That also can affect your sinuses, but a lot of it's emotional, which is energy directed at you. So just look at forgiveness, and that can also help to have you breathe easier and take life in a little bit better. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, there may be some people that that you were disappointed in the past that come back around. So don't be surprised if during this retrograde period you get a lot of phone calls and connections with people that you weren't expecting, because the retrograde a lot of times bring people back into your life. So I feel like they come back into your life in a good way. So I feel like you may be reconnecting with old friends that you haven't seen in a while that you dearly love and miss, and I feel like they may be coming for a visit, or you could even just connect with them over the phone. So I feel like there's new opportunity for you, and some of you that are looking for jobs would want to go back and reconnect with friends that you worked with in the past, or anybody, old bosses, anybody like that, or even apply at old companies that you left on good terms with if you want to go back. It's a great opportunity during October 4th to October 25th to put that seed in to be able to restore that relationship. So Taurus, have an amazing month. So good to connect with you, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, if you're a Gemini born May 21st to June 20th, what can you expect for the month of October 2014? Let's tune in and find out. Well, Gemini, there's truly is the Jekyll and Hyde of things here, because, well, first of all, let me just get this out of the way. There's a lot of energy in the universe that's happening right now. So all across the board, everybody's going to feel the effect of the two eclipses. The first one is a total lunar eclipse during the full moon on October 8th in Aries. And then we have a partial solar eclipse during the new moon in Scorpio on October 23rd. And then we've got Mercury retrograde that's happening from October 4th all the way through the 25th. And then, of course, then we give it a day or two to kind of like get going again, right? And retrograde always has to do with our communication, with air flights, with our vehicles, with anything electronics, computers, cell phones, all that sort of stuff can go a little haywire. So you just have to double and triple check communication, right? And it's always advisable not to make any big expenses during this month because you can't see, right? It's like there's a veil over your eyes and our ears are like stuck with cotton. So our perspective is skewed. So if you want to buy something, wait till the end of the month, right? Wait till the end of the month and then you'll be fine. So in particular, in your energy, Gemini, I feel a little off balance. I feel like some of you have got are a little down on yourself about your physical body. I'm feeling like extra weight in my stomach, and I feel a little off balance, and maybe just not feeling your best or putting the amount of time into your body and into your routine that you're accustomed to. So even if you're fit, you may feel like, gosh, I only worked out 5 days a week instead of 7 this week, right? I mean, so everybody has their own programming. So no matter where you are, I feel like you're a little down on yourself when you're feeling a little short. So here's the thing. I feel like, listen, you're going to get refocused. You're going to get reinvigorated here with these eclipses, and you're going to get fine-tuned back into what you want to do. And I feel like you're taking no prisoners. Like, I am doing this, right? Now, that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is like still have that same intensity and that focus, but with a win-win. Like, I'm going to win-win instead of the no prisoners energy. Because the eclipse has so much energy with it that I don't want you to blow up. You know how sometimes we get really angry at ourselves and then we go the opposite way and then we just sabotage ourselves with food or alcohol or drugs or whatever. So I don't want you to self-sabotage yourself. So just if you go gentle and go, that's my goal, I'm going to hit it. And if you have a little bump in the road along the way, it's not a big deal and you're not going to go off the deep end. So some of you have health issues that are going to actually get resolved. Like really, like this is going to be the end. Like this eclipse that happens, it's going to be the end of my stomach ache. It's going to be the end of my breast problems. It's going to be the end of my inability to breathe because of my sinuses. It's going to be end of these heart palpitations. You're going to get the results and the answers you need. So make sure that you're spending time with your doctor, your nutritionist, whoever it is, because the answers are there for you to get this month. And that eclipse brings the truth. It brings the truth about your physical body. It brings the truth about your eating habits. It brings the truth about your lack of exercise or exercising too much, right? So it's bringing the truth. The truth is revealed about your health, especially for you guys around your health on that October 8th time period. I really feel like you get a lot of answers and resolution around your health and finalizing of these issues once and for all. So if you need a miracle, ask for a miracle, because that's what eclipses can provide. They can break through things and provide the truth. Now, having said that, some of you will be getting a difficult diagnosis. Like what? Like what? You know, and so if that happens, the good news is we have a new moon with that new eclipse, that partial eclipse that's happening around October 23rd, that can give you all those answers. So whatever, if you have a health crisis at the beginning of the month, just know at the end of the month, the same amount of information for the positive can be revealed. You know, we live in a duality of the universe, right? So whatever negative light is there, there's also the equal counterpart of the light, of the white light, of the truth that is there. So whatever difficulty you're going through, the same amount of light to be revealed is there as well. So if you have anything difficult that you're going through this month, just remember that same amount of white light, duality of positive energy and answers is also available for us. And in contrast, the same thing happens as well, which is why a lot of times you see great things happen and then right after it's something like there's a thud that happens after it, right? So, but just know that's just the energy of the universe, and this month our highs are going to be higher, our lows are going to be lower. The good news is actually I like the Mercury retrograde this month because it evens things out. It slows things down. So those highs, we can, you know, exalt in them a little longer, and the lows, you know, we can let go of faster because we'll be in that Mercury retrograde where we can go introverted, where we have time to let go of our anger or frustration or to grieve or to contemplate or to rethink and reinvigorate or reignite ourselves, right? So we'll have the time to do all that. Now let's get specific with you in terms of your personal relationships. So if you're married, there's going to be some, you know, difficult but honest conversation this month. I don't feel like it has to be harsh or anything. I just feel like if there's opportunity for honesty, which is always good, and coming to new ways of thinking or working together is a really nice thing. So I feel like it's a big boost to your relationship this month. Now, if you're single, Geminis, I feel like on one hand, the confusion is starting to clear, and I feel like you're starting to see the people in your life and what they mean to you. And I feel like then you step on the other side, and I feel like you may be only picking like a person or two from your past, if you're single, that you may carry forward with you. Or there may be somebody that you want a closer relationship that you haven't had, and you want to bring them back into your life a little bit more and feel a little closer to them. And they would be actually really receptive to it this month, and really open to it this month. So if you have somebody in mind that you want to reconnect with and even see them, that this would be a good time in October to actually see them during this month, because it would reconnect you to all those feelings and that sensuality that you once had and still have for one another. And if they're single, it feels like they absolutely would agree with you. But keep in mind that that is a bit of a fairy tale, because once you step out of that after October 25th and Mercury goes direct, you'll remember why the relationship fell apart. You'll be able to actually help heal it, and then you can move forward and see what it is. Once you get out of the retrograde, then you would really know. Maybe I should have left that alone, or this was absolutely the right thing to do. So there's clarity at the end of the month in your personal relationships. As far as meeting anyone new, it's all passing fancy, having fun, woohoo, celebrate, go have a good time, and that's it. Leave it at the door. There's nothing more to it for anybody new that you're meeting during the retrograde. Now, as far as money goes, Gemini, I really feel like there's new money coming in. it may be coming in as a trickle initially, but then it feels like with hard work and effort, it comes in faster and faster. So there's new opportunity. And the illusion also, some of the illusion by the end of the month, the illusion's gone. So you may be stepping into a new opportunity. Some of you may be in a new school, a new profession, a whole new path opening up for yourself. By the end of the month, you're really going to see the value of that and how you fit in with it. And you'll be able to determine whether this is something for the next 2 years or this is something for the next, decade. You'll be able to have a better sense of. But it's really good. It feels really good. It feels really powerful. It's opening straight in front of you. So for some of you, it may be investing in a new way, or investing in a new idea, or investing in someone else. Investment. So either you're investing yourself or you're investing your money into someone else or someone else's ideas. So I see you investing in other people, and it could be you taking your money and investing in them, getting a return for it, of course, and being happy with that. So there's investment that's going out, and opportunity to be able to make a difference for people and for yourself. Let's see what else is there. The other thing is like being patient with yourself. Gemini, you tend to be really hard on yourself and, really difficult. This is a month for you to break those behaviors, not be so hard on yourself, be more loving and gentle, be kinder, keep moving forward, keep taking steps forward, but do loving steps with yourself, right? If you do loving steps toward yourself, you're going to see that this is a great month. You're going to have a fabulous opportunity to really make a difference for people. I feel like all systems are go for you. There's so much new potential for you. You have so many new things happening for you, new people showing up in your life, and all moving forward. So there's a lot of newness, new things happening for you guys. Some of you may be moving into a new house or a new apartment. Some of you may be reuniting with old friends who may have just moved to your area or are moving to your area that you get to spend more time with now. So there's a lot of new opportunity for you guys. So you have an amazing month, Gemini, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, so if you're a Cancer born June 21st to July 22nd, what can you expect for the month of October 2014? Let's tune in and find out. So Cancer, you guys have got some stuff happening. Like I'm feeling like woohoo, so you guys are really rocking it already going out there. So I feel like a lot of you are really in a sweet spot for yourself. It may be that you've just been nominated for something, or it may be that you've just been awarded something, but I'm feeling like you're on this really high cycle. Maybe you just got a new relationship for yourself, but it's very titillating. It's very root chakra energy. So root chakra, of course, is our security. It's our sense of well-being. It's our connection with ourself. And so you're feeling really good about stuff that you've got going on for you. So bravo, that's awesome. Now, what's gonna happen is we have all this stuff, electrifying stuff that's happening in the universe. We've got 2 eclipses this month, and Mercury goes retrograde October 8th through October 25th. So that means we can have challenges with communication. It means that we've got, we can have problems with our computer, all the electronics, all that kind of snafu stuff, right? So we'll just breeze through that. But now we have this eclipse that's going to be a total lunar eclipse in the full moon of Aries, and that is October 8th. And that signifies truth. It also signifies breakup, ending. It's a very powerful energy. It represents endings and truth. All eclipses represent truth. And then the October 23rd is a partial solar eclipse in the new moon of Scorpio. And that, of course, is also powerful new beginnings, new adventures. And so there's that powerful energy at the end of the month to help rock your world and to open you up. So there's a lot of energy happening this month now, in particular for you, Cancer. First, your public persona, I really feel like is going to get more public. I feel like all eyes are under you. I feel like there's more people focused on you, more people hearing about you, more people wanting to get to know you, more people wanting to be your friend. So there's new relationships and a lot of energy coming at you, and a lot of people wanting to get to know you. There may be even some surprise invites or surprise invitations to clubs or organizations or to dinner or to powerful events. So really good stuff for you, Cancer. There's also, on the tail end of that, your own insecurities are going to, like at the same time, kind of rear their ugly heads, feeling awkward in your body or feeling uncomfortable with your language, or am I smart enough, or am I pretty enough, or, these kind of little insecurities that kind of eat away or erode our self-confidence also come up with the same outward energy of people noticing you. It also touches on those inner emotional fears. So what you want to do with those, you want to lean into them. All these, fears and emotions that we have, lean into it, deal with it, get through it. If you need help, go get help. If you need to go to a therapist, if you need medication, whatever you need to do, take care of yourself. My favorite my favorite medication is meditation. So if you meditate and breathe, it helps a lot with anxiety and those things, of fear of public speaking or whatever you've got going on. And if you don't know anybody to help you or get through that, that's something I love to do, is I really do energy work with people to help move through their insecurities and their fears or their phobias. So now, the other thing for you, Cancer, is you have all this big energy, then, and what's trumped with it is this doubt, this self-doubt. So you don't want to self-sabotage. You want to really work through that doubt. Don't want to spend a lot of time in it, energy in it, but, just breaking in the way and not giving it a lot of energy. All right. Just, deal with it and keep moving. The retrograde period is going to really help you to dig in and to kind of let go of that, but really focus more on the positive, right? I want you to stay in the positive light this month. Now, let's look at personal relationships. If you're in a marriage, what can you expect? There may be some anger coming at you from a spouse. There may be somebody really close to you who's really angry with you, and they're really going to finally feel the freedom to speak up to you and really tell you how wounded they are. Now, we know how sensitive you are, so your job is to not run and be terrified, but when they're talking to you, imagine this river between the two of you so that you can feel safe. So all their words kind of fall out in this black alphabet, and you can kind of just hear them. And allow you to stay in that space and not run, but to be able to just to hear their wound and then to be able to address it, okay? And then I feel like the relationship has a chance to get to heal and to start over. I feel like they're just needing your attention. If you're single, for you, I feel like you have all this attention, but not from the one that you want. There's a feeling a little empty inside, and that has to come from you. That has to come from where you feel good about yourself and don't need somebody to fill you up to make you feel good. Okay, Cancers, you guys are really sensitive, and start to just do the things that make you feel good. And if there's somebody in particular that you want that isn't really stepping up to the plate, let them go. Just let them go. Just, you know what? I'm not going to worry about you. If you're the one for me, you'll come back around, or it'll happen when it's supposed to. And in the meantime, I'm having a good time. So that's what you want to do with, if there's a certain person that you're waiting for them to approach you and they're not approaching you, you just want to let that go. And my sense is if you let it go, they will come back around. You're just impatient, okay? And every time it's like, giving birth, the more you focus on it, the longer the pregnancy takes. So just let it go about your business, and they'll come back around, all right? That's what retrogrades are for anyways. They come back around, those people that are close to us or are meaning to us. And then after the retrograde period, after like the 26th, 27th, 28th, you'll start to really see, is there value in this relationship? Is this person somebody who really cares about me, and is there something here, or do I need to get rid of them? So altogether. So you'll be able to see that in this one person I see that you're waiting for, or waiting to know them. They'll come back somewhere during this retrograde period. You'll have a time to spend, you'll have opportunity to spend time with them, to get to know them again. And then at the end of that retrograde period, when you're out of it, then you can see whether you're going to be done with them or whether you'll be together. Okay? So it's all good. As far as money goes for you, Cancer, feels nice. It feels like it's even. It feels like it's flowing. There may be a little period where there's a little bit of rock up, like, oh no, what's this about? But then it comes back in again. So if there is something that is a hiccup where you have to add an expense, where, you need new tires all of a sudden, or you've got an added expense and you're going to be traveling more, and you need, a dog sitter or whatever it is, and all of a sudden you're putting out more money than you weren't expecting, or a bill comes in that was larger than what you're expecting, just know that you can handle it and more money's coming in. So all in all, Cancer, you've got a really great month. I'm excited for you. A lot of big fame and a lot of like hopes, wishes, and dreams coming in. So some of you will get engaged this month. Some of you will get new relationships this month. So really positive stuff for you guys. So have an amazing month, Cancer, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, so if you're a Leo born July 23rd to August 22nd, what can you expect for the month of October 2014? Let's tune in and find out. So, Leos, there's going to be, well, first of all, there's big energy this month. We've got 2 eclipses, and we also have Mercury going retrograde October 4th through October 25th, which means our communication is hampered, all of our electronics are a little skewed, and it's really not the best time to buy anything big because you're a little bit blinded by the universe. So wait for those purchases until the end of the month. We have a retrograde, we have an eclipse that happens October 8th, and that is a full lunar eclipse, and that is in Aries. So eclipses bring about truth, and that one in particular brings about endings and completion, right? Then the next the next eclipse is on October 23rd, and that is a partial solar eclipse in the new moon of Scorpio. And that's for new beginnings and new awakenings, and so both are really powerful. So for you in particular, Leo, this month, I really feel like you're going to get the truth in November. Wow, all of a sudden I'm tongue-tied in your energy. All right, Leo, let me try it again. So at the eclipse, October 8th, I feel like you may be rocked with some news. This could be news about you. This could be news about how you're showing up in the world. I hate this kind of stuff. I mean, it's good and it's bad. Some of it's out of jealousy, I gotta say. Like, I'm seeing, like, if you're an attractive, powerful woman, I'm seeing girls sit you down and say, we don't like you. All the boys like you, and you do this, and you flirt with them, and you're the biggest hussy, and you're so phony, and you're so fake. All that kind of high school nonsense, I'm sorry. And I'm really sorry if it happens to you, because I really see that it's out of jealousy. So some of you maybe get I just see punched in the head sideways by some of your closest friends. So I'm sorry. So when this happens, just all you can do is take it for what it is in the moment, which is a bunch of crap in the universe. It's got to land somewhere. Don't suffer, all right? Don't suffer with it. Don't choke on it. Lean in, hear what they're saying, and just quell them. Just, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry that behavior bothers you. You know, I'll do the best I can, but I am me, right? You don't have to apologize for being you. And, but don't argue, right? Don't try and convince them or anything like that. It will fall on deaf ears and it will blow over, okay? For some of you, it won't blow over, and that will be a blessing because that bitch will be out of your life. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. You know, and then it's kind of like good riddance if that's how it is. Some of you, this may be more truth about a relationship that you're in, and you see the truth about that relationship. But most of it feels to me it's around jealousy. Now, it could be too that you're the one who's blinded by jealousy, and you're the one throwing the blow to somebody else. I hope not. If that's you, then you want to stop and you want to step back and you want to recognize it and go, wow, I'm really over the top jealous right now. So I'm not going to say a thing. I'm going to go talk to my best friend, get it out of me, or I'm just not going to say anything. I'm going to restrict. I'm going to hold back, right? So just know which end of the pendulum you are on, because anywhere on either side of that October 8th day, you can expect big energies around jealousy, in particular for you, Leo. And you know, it could be that you've had some notoriety or some success and people are coming up to you and all of a sudden, we don't like you. We think you're stuck up. We think you're arrogant. We think you're whatever, you know. Just be gracious and keep moving. That's all there is to do, Leo. Unless you're the one throwing the punches, then you want to stop it and step back. Now, for some of you, this could be a good event. This eclipse could also be a good event. It could mean that you've just got, you know, elected to something. It could mean that you just got awarded something. It could mean that you just sold a house or completed a divorce or had a new baby or, you know, or given birth to a new bill of health. You know, like really good things can happen. It's completion, right? So it's completion energy. And like I said, some of you will be completing relationships that aren't healthy for you anymore, and that's fine too. Now, if you're looking at in a long-term relationship, if you're married, there's an opportunity for you to really, really correct some things in that relationship and really be honest. And so it's really about you and about your needs, but at the same time, it's also about listening and receiving. So this month, there's a lot of energy in it. So don't put, you know, it's a good time to heal, but I feel like don't put a lot of energy or thought into the negative side of things this month. I feel like touching on it, examining it in a controlled environment, like with a therapist or something like that, is always good. So there's opportunity. It could be that your partner wants to go to therapy, go. It could be that you want to go to therapy, go. It feels like this is an opportunity to re-examine things. That's what happens with the retrograde. So you may be examining things, or it could be you're just changing lifestyle. It could be just, you know, you're downsizing and now things need to be done differently, you know, and now you need your husband who's now retired to pitch in and help when you're sick and tired of doing it all yourself. Whatever it is, or vice versa, you know, I don't want to gender, you know, because there's a lot of women who are the breadwinners and the guy's home, and you're retired now and he needs you to pitch in. So there's a lot of shifting that's happening. So just pay attention to that, and it can be resolved amicably with minimal fighting. So this is all about make love, not war. Okay, this whole month you want to think make love, not war. That's what this is about. Now, if you're single, Leos, be aware. You guys already have big energies, right? We know that about Leos. They're the king of the jungle, right? This month, people will be less tolerant of your roar. You know what I'm saying? Tone it down. Because when you tone it down, you're still deafening to everybody else. But if you're your normal rancorous out there having a good time, people are not going to like it because everybody's on edge and it's already really noisy, and then you're that much louder. They're not going to be able to deal with you. So just back it off a little bit, you know, be at an 8 instead of a 10, and you'll be fine. You won't ruffle people's feathers and you won't have these big blow-ups. So just be aware, Leo, it's about the energy, and you're just being respectful of the universe's energy so that you can kind of sail through this month and have a great month, okay? It's not that nobody loves you. Everybody loves you. But it's kind of like, you know, it's like Christmas when you had like that 10th gift and that 10th drink. It's not fun anymore. You know, it's over the top. It's not fun anymore. So we don't want people to have that opinion of you. You're fun. You're a blast to be around. So you just want to hold it back a little bit, and everybody will still love you then. Okay? It's a really good month for you. I mean, it really is. There's a lot of positive things for you. You're going to get some. You're gonna complete some things for yourself, and some of you that may be a college degree, it may be a college education, it may be a marriage. You might get married. You might, you know, have been trying to get pregnant for a really long time, and you get pregnant now. You know, so a lot of things are good, happy completions for you. So there's a lot of positive stuff going on for you guys. So I just want you to pay attention to that and know that there's good things happening for you. As far as your money goes, we see more money coming in. There's more flow. There's more opportunities. Some of you may be cashing in insurance things. Some of you may be getting something. It feels like government. And so it feels like there's stuff that could come in from the government for you. It could be all of a sudden you're awarded something. It just feels like it could come from the court system. It just feels like there's money coming in from you from a government source or from an institutional source. And it's out of the ordinary. It's not typical. It's out of the ordinary. So October is a good month. I definitely see hefty money coming in for you that's out of the ordinary. That's not your normal money. So that's really good. Health, I feel like you guys just need to take better care of yourself. I feel like you're not sleeping enough and you're kind of burning the candle at both ends. So just want to pay attention to your health a little bit more, and then I think you'll really be fine. You'll get back on top of things. It'll be good. So just take a little, you know, take a few more cat naps, or don't stay out as late or stay up as late, and I think that you're going to feel better. Stay hydrated. That always seems to help too. Okay, Leo, you have an amazing month. Go out there, play full out at being an 8 so you can have a really great month and not ruffle any feathers and really have a good time. All right, guys, I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Hi, if you're a Virgo born August 23rd to September 22nd, what can you expect for the month of October 2014? Let's tune in and find out. Wow, so Virgo, right away, I'm sort of feeling like this whole upset stomach, and I'm feeling this separation, and I'm feeling this disconnect, and it could be, and I'm feeling loss, almost, and I feel a little bit like I've been hit in the head. So it could be that you've just got news of, it feels a disconnect between you and somebody you love. So it could be that all of a sudden your business partner doesn't want to be in business with you anymore, or your relationship, they want to leave you or want divorced or want to do something that you don't want to do, or a child has just moved out of state, and it just feels like this disconnect, just where you're not on the same page with somebody you love. Now, there's big stuff happening in the universe right now. in this particular month of October, there's 2 eclipses and Mercury goes retrograde from October 4th to October 25th, which means that affects our communication. It affects all of our computers, our cell phones, all the electricity, you know, all those electronic things that can have problems. So we don't want to purchase anything big until after the retrograde. So save your big purchases towards the end of the month, the 28th, 29th, 30th, in there. And just be aware of, if you're flying or something like that, give yourself more time. Now, the first eclipse is October 8th, is a full moon lunar eclipse in Aries, which signifies completion, endings, that sort of thing. The next eclipse is on October 23rd, which is a partial solar eclipse in a new moon of Scorpio. And that has to do with new beginnings, new adventures, new invitations, like just all the new paths that are opening up for you. So everybody across the board is experiencing a lot of energy, a lot of rock and rolling happening in this month of October. So for you in particular, Virgo, I feel like for you, it is a little jarring because, you know, you like things simple, you like them spelled out, you like everything buttoned up. And there is nothing going to be buttoned up this month, okay? It's going to be all over the board. So your job is just kind of roll with it, go with it, roll with the punches, but don't become the punching bag, don't become the victim. This is, you know, whatever you fear, you want to lean into it. Whatever you're afraid of, lean into it. If your partner is wanting to sell your business, lean into it. Lean into it in a way that's good for you. What do I want? Do I want to buy the business or do I want to sell the business? You know, do I want to sell my home or do I want to stay in my home? If my partner wants to downsize and you don't, lean into it. You know, which do I want to do, right? So you want to sort of figure it out together and of what's good for you. You want to create not war, but love this month. Everything needs to be done in a very loving way this month because we have so much energy in the universe. There can be a lot of fire, a lot of problems that can happen with these fire signs, right? So our job is to ride the fire in a good way. Use all that energy to go, yeah, let's do this. Okay, we're on the same page. Now let's figure this out. Or, okay, this is what I've decided. You want out, so do I want in? I need to choose. What do I want to do? Do I want to take it on myself or do I want to bring somebody else in? Do you see what I mean? Like you need to figure it out and then jump in together. Use that fire to ignite the two of you to get resolution to make it happen. And if you don't do it that way, then it'll blow up, right? If you try to resist or you get jealous or you get stubborn, all those kind of emotions that aren't going to support you are going to come up for you to deal with. So lean into those emotions, work through them, and you're going to have a great month. So there's the old saying, suffering is optional. So no suffering this month, right? Pain, we have to have pain. That's how we grow. But suffering is optional. So no suffering allowed this month, Virgos. So now let's look at your personal relationships. So we've already touched on it a little bit, but in romance, for those of you that have long-term relationships, it's a little bit of the same. It's a little bit of irritation of, you know, your partner wanting one thing, you want another. And Virgos, sometimes you can tend to be stoic. You can tend to be the martyr. So some of you Virgos may be speaking up and say, I don't want to do that. I'm not okay with that anymore. So you could be in a long-term relationship and your partner's like, you know, shocked at your response, right? So the truth, eclipses reveal the truth. So you may find yourself, if you're somebody who's been a people pleaser all your life, you may find words falling out of your mouth that, you know, you've only kept to yourself for all these years and now it's out there. So just be aware, this is kind of what eclipses do. They were so bottled up, it's just going to come out. Or vice versa, people in your life are going to be sharing truths with you, right? So just be aware if that's what's happening. I do feel like there's an amicable result that happens from these truths coming out, new beginnings and new pathways. You know, even when it can feel sort of devastating in the moment, there's always a silver lining. There's always something good that comes out of this. So keep looking out for that silver lining and the good things. Now, if you're single, Virgo, this is a month where you can really kind of, you know, be outside of the box, be bigger than life, you know, expand your horizon, expand your heart energy. You've got great heart energy, Virgo, but a lot of times you walk around life with your hand in front of it, like protecting yourself. Put your hand down. Let your heart be out there. Really have really show your true love this month, which is first and foremost towards yourself. You know, love yourself, do things that are good for you. This is a real period of self-evaluation and really going in and looking and seeing, what do I want? What am I going to feel good about? and how do I want to live my life? So it's everybody across the board is sort of reinventing themselves this month, or having the opportunity to look at themselves and then to choose, do I want to stay the same or do I want to change? So this is up for almost everybody. And for you, Virgo, it's about letting go of fear and not being afraid to really say, this is who I am and this is what I want. So you'll have, the universe is going to help you get there. So as far as attracting somebody in particular, it feels more like there could be somebody coming back from your past into your life again. Now, just be aware that during the retrograde period, it may look really good or it may look really bad, because it's being filtered from, you know, the veil, because that's what happens with the Mercury being retrograde. We're not able to really see the truth until the end of the month. So you may not really have an understanding of where they fit or don't fit into your life until, you know, the October 30th or October 29th. So just go with it and do what feels good for you. As far as new relationships, I feel like they're more of the moment and they're more like-minded. Or if you're, you know, if you're into yoga, you meet them in yoga class. If you're into, you know, bicycling, you see them there. You know, it's that kind of thing. Like you meet buddies. Like I feel like there could be friendships, new friendships that they kind of could come in and out of your life. Now, as far as money goes for you, Virgo, this is a great month for you in terms of being able to save money, and also in terms of being able to take care of yourself and getting your own needs met. So just be aware of what you've got going for yourself in terms of financial gain, because I feel like there's new ways that you weren't aware of where you can make more money this month. So just keep an eye open for opportunities, because there's new money, new opportunities coming in for you to make money this month. So if you're paying attention, you'll be able to see them, and then you can discern whether or not you want to capitalize on them. And again, I wouldn't invest in anything new. I would see it, I would observe it, and I would wait to invest until, again, you get enough information, which is outside of that retro period, that retrograde, and then do it maybe in November, when you have more information or you really have the clarity that you're seeking. Unless it comes from the past, unless it's something that you've done before and it was successful and now it's coming back in during the retrograde, then it's being brought back to you again. And that's a little different, because it's a retrograde brings it from the past. So you already have a connection with it. So it's really with new things that you need to be cautious about. Okay, anything else for Virgos? Yeah, Virgos, you know, some of you may want to treat yourself to a pedicure or a manicure. I'm seeing your feet as important this month. So really take care of your feet. Get a massage or have them spend extra time on your feet. You know, our feet are also, you know, with all the changes you have going on, they take our footing, right? They're our footing in the physical world, our ability to stand our ground, our ability to stand up and to open our heart and to feel confident and powerful. So our feet are very important. So really, with all of the stuff that's going on for you guys, and shifting and adjusting about what you want, and the people around you changing their mind, and all of a sudden, you know, this new information about somebody, you know, wanting to create their life differently than what you had in your mind, you know, that can knock you off balance. So for you in particular, it's important to go ahead and do something extra for your feet this month, either a pedicure or a massage, but take care of yourself. So you guys are going to have an amazing month, and lots of positive energy coming in for you, lots of change. This is a big opportunity for you guys to take a leap of faith and to do something that you've always wanted to do, and now the universe is going to line up to support you to do it. So have an amazing month of October, and I look forward to connecting with you guys again next month.